Hey, how's everybody doing? This is City Council candidate Anthony Beckford. Just real quick, not even real quick. I just want to talk about what happened with the Philando Castile case. It's a great injustice. I am against that injustice. I've always been against that injustice. I've stood against the injustice, still stand in the front lines against it. Because when you have injustice systems as such, there's a reason why, we are in the boat that we are. Because the system doesn't work for us. It wasn't. I'm not surprised about what they did, but doesn't mean that I'm tolerating it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna sit back and be cool with it at all. And nobody should be sit back and be tolerant of it or be dismissive of it or permissive of it or whatever and so forth. So I just say the people need to stand up even more. They need to speak out even more. They need to march more. They need to hit legislation more. They need to let their grievances be known to the system and stuff like that. Because it's ridiculous. And of course, when you have things like this and the people come out in masses to show you that they're fed up with it, they're tired of it. The quickest response that the system has is to come out with force, which is ridiculous. But is it surprising? No, this is what they do. And this is why people like myself, why I stay out here, why I march out here, why I stay in the community and, basically advocate for the rights of the people, march for the rights of the people, fight against, the fascism that is perverse, that is, poisoning the system out here. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna try to get to Harlem for the march. I know this is me one in Harlem and Union Square. I'm just trying to get the times confirmed for it, but right now I'm at this community event out here. There's police presence out here, so I'm just trying to make sure, that the residents out here are okay and so forth like that, and try to make sure that, youth know that somebody's actually out here fighting for them, fighting for their rights, fighting for, what is right for them, especially, for black youth and brown youth out here in this city and so forth. So what I'm gonna need everybody else to do out there is to definitely, show your support when it comes to these movements. The Black Lives Matter movement, all these grassroots movements and organizations that are for the people, not things that are watered down and, photo ops and all this stuff like that. No, things that are actually for the people where you're not worried about a photo op. I'm sorry, it went out for a bit there, but I'm back, to where, where people aren't worried about photo ops, where people are not even concerned about the sacrifices, that they have to make. Because as you can see, I'm out here, city council candidate, but I'm still out here in cop watch gear. Arm and shoulder still all busted up and something like that. But still out here, in cop watch gear doing what I have to do. Because I have to make sure that see things like this in our community, make sure things like this, is not going on. Because even if it's a block party, we don't need the police. I remember when I was younger, we didn't have the police out here, for any block parties or community events and stuff like that. The community handled it. The block association handled it. Too much power has been handed over to them. Too much power has been stripped away from the communities and given to them. And it's time that the communities are able to take it back. And I'm definitely going to fight for the communities to take it back, take back their own police and take back their own organizing, taking back, their own safety measures and so forth like that. So that way we can function as a community once again. But like I said, in regards to Philando Castile, it's a great injustice that they did to him and his family. Basically, they killed him twice. When you have a prejudiced jury as such, and and they do something like that, it shows you the injustices. It's happening in regards to Kai Gurley, it happened in regards to Chantel Davis, to Eric Gardner, Mario Romero, Corinne Gaines, India Kaga, I said Chantel Davis, Jordan Edwards, was Kayam Livingston, John Collado. We got it's too many names. There's too many names out here, and it has to stop. And you have a lot of people out there saying, "Well, what about the crime that happens in this myth of black and black crime?" I'm gonna tell you this as a city council candidate, and I'm gonna tell you this because it's the truth. There's no such thing as black and black crime. It is just crime. But depending on your community, depends on exactly how that crime is justified, or not even justified. How did that crime come about? So if you're taking away resources from black and brown communities, if you're out here occupying them, if you're out here oppressing them, if you're taking away the things that will cause them to survive, matter of fact, not even survive, cause them to live. Cause I'm tired of people only surviving. We need to be able to live from now on. of course, there's going to be measures and reactions and all type of things that come forth from that, compared to where you have those who are privileged and they commit crimes, and there's really no reason why that crime should be committed, because it's not like they had a need. No, a lot of times because they bored or they just greedy, you know. But like I said, you know, if you start providing resources to the communities like I plan to do, start providing more social services to communities like I plan to do, bring back the after school programs in these schools like I plan to do, you know, bring back you know, these summer programs that are affordable to the families like I plan to do, and you know, and bring back affordable housing, make housing actually affordable as I plan to do, because the developers are getting away with too much, and too many politicians, you know, are following the developers because the developers are basically funding them, which I have said time and time again. I am not funding any developers, and I'm not funding any. You know, I mean, I'm not taking any funds from any developers or corporations at all. You know, from the community is where it's at, because that way the community, I'm liable to the community as I should be. You know, and as every person out here who's running for any type of office should be. You know, but if you take away these conditions that are creating this environment around us, and you replace it with the things that are needed for us, then things will change. We will, you know, but the thing is that the system has to stop treating us as second-class citizens, and has to stop killing us, and has to stop, you know, enslaving us in this mass incarceration system. Simple as that. You know, stop using our bodies for target practice, stop using our bodies for profit. You know, and one of the things that we definitely have to do as ourselves is to keep true to who we are and keep fighting against it, so that way, you know, we can, because the system's still gonna have its pushback, so that way we minimize the amount of Philando Castiles and the Kai girls and Eric Garners out there, you know, until we really fully reclaim everything back, you know, to where it's supposed to be for the people and something like that. What else? You know, in regard, you know, like I said, you know, my prayers go out to Philando's family, you know, to Miss Castile. You know, I heard the pain in her voice, you know, when she made the video yesterday, and when she was talking to the press as well too. I see the pain, I feel the pain, and trust me, as a black man, you know, I know it. So I stand with Philando Castile's family, you know, to the fullest. I stand with Akai Gurley's family to the fullest. Chantel Davis' family to the fullest. Kai Livingston, Eric Garner, John Collado, Nicholas Hayward Jr., India Kaga's family, Corinne Gaines' family, Mario Romero's family, Laquan McDonald's family. You know, all the families out there who have lost a loved one to police violence. It has to stop. You know, and then of course you have people talking about, what about the gun violence in the community? Well, put it like this. You can't talk about gun violence in the community unless you're gonna put the police accountable for their gun violence as well too, because it's too many names. Too many of us been getting murdered, harassed, and so on like that. You know, like I said, you know, blessings and peace to all of y'all. It just hurts. It hurts. It really hurts. All right, you know, because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it last night, but I don't know. My spirit just wasn't ready to do it last night, because it's just too much pain that's going on, and you know, too much pain that we feel. So, you know, y'all stay safe out there. You know, y'all stay safe out there. You know, we have nothing to lose but our chains. Ashe.